Shoot, news and reviews, man. We back with another one.
Yes, sir. Ja in the building with you, and we got to talk about Vlad getting all the smoke with Troy Ave out in the air. He letting that nigga know he a chump, and he got his man killed.
Yeah,
Strong
I
words
think
from Vlad.
he just got problems with Troy Ave because taxes, man. That's what it. We'll see. We'll get into it, but
Well,
definitely
let's
sound
just
like
hear from Vlad's
Review
mouth.
the Taxstone
Wait a
truck.
minute. Before we get into that, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. A lot of y'all like the content because you'll watch it over and over again. You just ain't clicked like yet, or you ain't subscribed yet. Get that out the way. We trying to get to 1,000. Go ahead, value for value. If you think it's interesting and informative, show the love back and hit
straight up.
click like and sub. But here we go. Vlad's
Let's go.
words.
Let's get it.
Trial happened.
Right.
Tax is a friend of mine. He actually did his last interview before he got locked up
That's why
here.
Troy Ave is on your ass, man.
Probably, yeah.
It's got extra security over here.
Troy's a chump.
Oh, man.
I've been saying this. Troy's a chump, and he got his man killed, flat out,
Shit.
flat out. And I'll say it because Troy had been pushing the line on people for months before that shit happened. For months before that shit happened. Remember the dude I Love McConan, the gay rapper that was signed to OVO
McConaughey,
on a Tuesday?
I remember he got pulled off the stage. Yeah, I remember that.
By Banger on behalf of Troy Ave. He got beat up on stage while performing with Ray Shremmerd because he had made a comment that he didn't like Troy Ave freestyling on his beat. And Troy Ave was like, "Oh, you come to New York, we're gonna see you."
That Tuesday dude was like, he was cool. He was like, no, wasn't that too? He wasn't like no gangster and that.
Exactly.
He just was like,
a journalist who wrote a negative review of Troy Ave got beat up. Okay.
Well, let's edit
Troy
Ave.
Ave. No. I want to know. Listen, I'm going to say what I'm going to say.
I don't want to be in no next.
You're not in the middle of it. I'm saying it.
Damn,
and I've been saying it.
Well, you got security, so you good.
I've been saying it. At the end of the day, Troy Ave didn't go to Banger's funeral.
He did?
No, he wasn't invited. Talk to Banger's brother. See how he feels about the whole situation. He was using this. Troy Ave threatened me over text messages, trying to be tough with me because I wouldn't play his music. Troy was thinking that he was a gangster, and he got caught up in the situation of trying to push the line on somebody that wasn't going to let the line be pushed.
Right.
Ultimately. And someone died in the process, and it's horrible what happened. And, my man Tax is now found guilty on a bunch of charges. And the fucked up part about this case, because I was talking to Tax's lawyer about this and so forth, is that when it comes to cases, particularly in New York, I don't know what it's like in other states, but you can't actually bring up the victim's background in a murder case. You see what I'm saying? You can't say, oh, the victim was out beating people up and everything else like that, and I was scared for my life. This is why I may have had to, protect myself. You just can't mention.
That last part there, I gotta agree with Vlad. I'm in Florida. I'm in Broward County, and Taxstone probably would have got off with that shit. Fuck around in Florida.
Yeah, he would have probably got off with that in Florida, but Vlad sounds like a hater, man. Vlad sounds like he got some hating in his blood right now. Cause Vlad, I don't know if you remember, but didn't Vlad get beat up by Rick Ross and his crew?
Yeah, I think he did get beat up. What does that have to do with this?
He just had a lot of problems with rappers himself, and that people put hands on him. So that he's saying that Banger was just a crash dummy for the man is like, did those guys that put hands on you, were they crash dummies? Like it ain't always.
Maybe.
No, I don't think so.
How would you know?
I'm just saying, even Banger's not a crash dummy. No, I'm saying even Banger's not a crash dummy for Troy Ave. In the trial, this is why, because Banger asked him, he said, man, I'm going to rock him. That was Banger. Why he's trying to throw it on Troy Ave, like Troy Ave got that man to do that. That man wanted to rock Taxstone. They came at him. Don't make it seem like, he just was with him, right, with his dog. Don't make it seem like this man just killed his homie. Like, you just hating on the man, really.
I don't know. I don't see it like that. I could say that you're just hating on Vlad. You just don't like Vlad, and that's why you got this opinion. To say that Vlad is just hating on Troy Ave because he's friends with Taxstone, he might be a little bit biased, but I think that he does have a point. If this is not the first time I've heard that Troy Ave was beating up people for their opinions. We've been critical of
Troy
Troy Ave
Ave
in the
ain't beat
past.
up.
Hold
Troy
on.
Ave, okay.
We've been critical of Troy Ave in the past. Say Troy Ave sent you a threatening text message and then approached us about some shit we said on YouTube and want to get physical about it. Told Banger to knock your ass out. Would you feel the same way?
Yeah.
You'd feel the same way.
First off, there's no facts. That's not true that he did that. You saying that off of what somebody else said, correct? You don't know if that was
That's what
he
I
wanted to
said.
fight.
I said that's what somebody else is saying. It could be
Right.
true. Just like you're saying that Vlad is a hater with no facts or nothing. You're giving your opinion, right?
Yeah. So we don't know for sure. You're not saying factual that this man was really running around and people didn't like his music and beating people up.
I'm saying what's been alleged. Vlad is saying that. That's a primary witness. Vlad is saying I said something about him. He texts me threatening me. He threatened me if I don't put his fucking music on my page, he's gonna beat me up. Now, if you don't want to believe Vlad, that's fine. You might got something against Vlad. I don't know. But this is what people are saying. If that's true, Troy Ave is not some angel. Like, I don't think that Troy Ave was 100% right in that situation. I don't think Taxstone was 100% right in this situation. Both of them was doing dumb shit, if you ask me. I don't think any of them is innocent in the situation. But this does give a little bit more context to the story. It's not like Troy Ave was just getting bullied. He was with a guy who quite possibly might have been bullying other people in the past. And he did bring up a point. You can't bring up somebody's negative past if they died in New York. I didn't know that. Were you aware of that?
No, I wasn't aware of that. But I don't see how y'all ain't letting Banger's actions be Banger's action. That's his boy. Troy Ave said it's not a security. It's not like he's paying him for security. You have an entourage. If you a rapper and you got me, Luke, and your homeboys around you, and we around you, and somebody talking crazy about you, we probably gonna say, bro, what you talking crazy about my dog? Bro, man, I'm finna rock him. It probably ain't had nothing to do with they're making a narrative like this guy sent a goon out. Hey man, go beat him up. That's what Vlad is saying.
Yeah, because we all know that
it didn't happen like that.
We all know I mean, maybe you don't understand what's going on, but most of us have an understanding that celebrities, especially rappers, do have people around them that's ready to crash out. And when you're a leader, you should be a better leader. You should be trying to avoid situations that could be avoided. If you're telling your man to go punch on people that might shoot back, you is leading him into harm's way. Now, all of us has been, if you from the streets, you've always been in a situation where you could have had somebody do something to somebody and you might have said, you know what, it's not even worth it. We're not even going to do that. If you mature, if you got sense. Some people ain't gonna understand that. I'm not expecting you or anybody else to understand that. To me, it could be indicative of Troy Ave's poor leadership qualities. He hasn't really even been that humble since this thing has happened either. It's not even like he's remorseful or anything. He admitted that he gave Banger the okay to go and punch on the guy. So there you have it with that. Also, Vlad said that Troy Ave is not I guess why he's calling him a chump is because he's saying that at least Taxstone is willing to deal with the consequences. Troy Ave is perpetuating an image, and then when it came down to it, he was on the stand testifying. They're saying that I even heard Cassidy talking about this. He was saying that when a rapper talks street and takes the stand, they'd probably be better off saying nothing. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but they'd probably be better off saying nothing, doing nothing to cooperate with the court system. Let your lawyer do the job. How you feel about that perspective from Vlad?
I don't agree with that perspective. We seen with 6ix9ine, we seen with, there's people that took the stand and took off. But as far as street credibility goes, yeah, it may it may harm him. But you got some people that saying
I
they're
don't
not
think
with
you
the street
understand the
rules.
question that I'm asking you. I'm talking about Vlad said that Taxstone is willing to deal with the consequences as opposed to Troy Ave. He's a street dude who got into some street shit, then took the snitch route. But Taxstone is carrying it like a street dude. How do you feel about that?
Nah, I don't feel like Taxstone is carrying it like a street dude. He was in there writing, and they got what he was saying on the phones, and he ain't all the way clean on this neither.
I'm inclined to agree with you. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, we got this clip from Keep It a Benji. That's who took this clip. I also listened to Vlad interview on DJ Academics, and that's where I'm getting these words from. And I'm inclined to agree with you, Bob. Vlad was painting his homeboy. This is the part where I thought Vlad was a little bit biased for sure. He's painting the picture of his homeboy being some street dude. He's saying that he talked to Taxstone after the fact and he's checking on him, seeing if he's okay. Vlad went as far as to say that he got an interview that's 6 years old with Taxstone that he didn't want to release because he didn't want it to affect the trial. He didn't want it to affect his sentencing. So then Vlad says that, you know, Taxstone is willing to deal with the consequences, but not once did he bring up the fact that Taxstone was writing letters to the judge and blaming it on Taxstone. So they're both guilty of doing what they felt was best, you know, for their freedom. They both guilty of
Right.
You know, what
So,
could be categorized as snitching, you know.
And that's the age we living in right now with so many people doing that and artists is doing it. So
yeah,
for
like,
y'all to be these are working people, man. These ain't really street people. These people they're making money. They just doing street shit, but they're in a class that where they don't have to be holding up to street rules and jurisdictions.
Listen, man, I'm gonna say it like this, bro. Street dudes be telling, like,
Yeah,
people
of
like to
course.
get into this thing and be like, well, he's not a street dude, or
Yeah, like
but
shut up,
listen,
bro. Like people
we just found out Rayful Edmonds told on Tony Lewis from Tony Lewis' mouth. Big Meech's co-defendant claims that Big Meech was telling on him. We all know about Sammy the Bull. We know about Alpo. So this whole thing about street dudes don't be telling. How many examples we have to see of street dudes telling before we realize that this is a nasty part of the game that people don't want to admit is part of the game.
Right, but then when it happens, they like, oh, you ain't a street dude, but street dudes tell. So it's like, what are you really saying, dude? Like,
I'm saying if you a street dude, prepare to get told on. And the ones who got told on wish they would have told on the other nigga most of the time. That's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? It's a dirty game.
Yeah,
it's a dirty game.
But Vlad, in my opinion, man, he's trying to take shots. You calling the man a chump, and you know what I mean. There are people, it's rappers that want to put hands and feet on you, and they had, you got to understand that this is. Go ahead.
Speaking of that, Vlad also brought up on Academics that Joe had threatened to put hands and feet on him. He said that Joe said he was gonna fuck him up. Vlad said Joe said I'm gonna fuck Vlad up, and I got lawyer money set to the side for when I see him. Vlad said that he was with a dude who previously had killed somebody with his bare hands, and Vlad said with the wave of a hand, you know, with a wink, whatever, he could have had Joe handled, and he decided not to do that because he didn't want to put his friend in harm's way, and it just would have been too much trouble. And he mentioned that him and Joe didn't really have beef like that. It was just
Vlad full of shit, man. Yeah, he
what,
got
you don't
paid
think
security.
That's true?
I think he could have did that, but I don't think he understands what he's getting himself into by being out here like that. Just like he's saying it's not smart. No, you know what consequences come with living like that, and you ain't gonna make it if you out here trying to send goons and send hits, Vlad. I don't believe Vlad will.
Okay,
be
so if you saying that, then why don't you feel the same way about Troy Ave?
Because what I'm saying is this is what I'm hearing from his enemies. That's friends with his enemies say this. So I don't know if he was running around.
We're hearing from. I'm
Vlad.
telling you, this came out of Vlad's mouth. Vlad said that he could have had a goon jump on Joe Buttons, just like Troy Ave had a goon jump on Taxstone, right? So he's saying that he's a better leader because he's going to lead his people out of harm's way rather than lead them into harm's way and be looking for the bullshit.
Yeah, but his goon ain't, no, listen. His goon, Joe Button, ain't come to him and say, "What's popping? What's popping?" And his goon would have been like, "Yo, what you want me to do?"
I'm not saying it's the same situation. Like, I'm not saying it's the same situation, right?
What I am saying
is, you don't think that at certain times where it has to fall down on the leader. If Troy Ave is the leader and he's telling people jumping on people, even if it wasn't the Taxstone situation, let's assume that it's true.
Right.
Previous situation, he's having content creators get jumped on because of their opinion and shit like that. That's what Vlad's saying.
Okay.
You saying that Vlad shouldn't be telling people to jump on people because he know there's consequences that comes with living that life. Troy Ave got the consequence. I think we're seeing that. I think what Vlad's saying has merit is what I'm saying.
But listen,
what you're saying is right. What Vlad's saying is right.
But what I'm saying is that people are doing Monday quarterback on Troy Ave when the situation happened where somebody came up to him saying, "What's popping?" So if you got somebody protecting you and they here to make sure you good, right? I'm a ride for you, whatever. And somebody screaming, "What's popping?" Look, bro, we ain't finna wait for him to run up on us, bro. What you want me to rock him? Like, people trying to throw this and making it at his leadership, and they're just trying to take shots, bro. But really, if they was in that situation like that, it probably would have went similar. If somebody would have been screaming at you, "What's popping?" I mean, everybody can say after the fact.
Listen, you what you saying is right. We wasn't there. We don't know exactly how it went down. But let me just give you a different scenario that could be what you were saying first, right? You saying that Vlad knows better than to have his goons jump on people because there's a certain energy that comes back when you put it out. Is it so hard to believe in a world that we're in a world where Troy Ave had people jumping on people, right? Previous to that. And then Taxstone was like, "Nah, nigga, I'm not gonna be a victim. I'm gonna beat you at your own game. I'm gonna catch you in the place where you slipping at, and I'm gonna ask you what's popping when I'm ready to deal with whatever you're gonna do. I'm not gonna let you catch me like you caught the other people. I'm not gonna be in a building with no gun and you got banging and you just have them beat me up, and then you thinking you a tough guy. I'm gonna get ahead of the situation." And it went left. Is that possible?
If that is possible, that was a stupid decision by Tax, because
I just asked, is it possible?
Yeah, that's possible. That could have happened, but that don't make Tax. Look what Tax is facing 25 years. So you still got to look at what you did. You went to go pick up a gun when somebody was going to put hands and feet on you. At the end of the day, was that worth it? That's what you're going to say.
Nobody's trying to like say that Taxstone is innocent. I'm just trying to say that it's what Vlad's saying has some merit. It was mistakes made on both sides. It ain't like Vlad just talking crazy because Taxstone's his homeboy. Some of that shit Vlad saying
we cannot say this man sent his homeboy up to get killed. We gotta kill that narrative. That ain't, bro. The streets don't happen like that. When you out there and somebody say, "Hey man, you want me to rock him?" Somebody saying what's popping, it's conflict. Yes, somebody need to diffuse the situation. He could have did a better job of diffusing it. Hey, look, but when it's go time, it's go time, and all that Monday quarterback, bro, these niggas be talking about, bro, they just rapping, bro.
Okay. Well, that's all I got to say about that.